Hello and welcome again to another beautiful space, the space that you create right here on Meta 5 Manifestation. My name is Franklin. Welcome. And hey, you want to change your life? I'll teach you how. So listen up right here, pay attention. Right here on Meta 5 Manifestation, we attack all things and make your life better, okay? We just are going to give you something spectacular today. But before we get into that, very briefly, head on over to meta5manifestation.com. We have several positive things for you over there. One is a free course, a free introductory lesson to the Meta 5 Manifestation, which is actually a full online course. It's self-paced, it has coaching, and it has everything that you will need to help you level up. But check the free masterclass out over there, see if it's for you, give it a test drive. And also let me know if you have any questions. So like and subscribe to this channel to support your personal growth. And check the description for more manifestation goodies. Well, in the last video, I talked about the idea of not asking how, but asking who, which was kind of a touchstone because a lot of people, when you want something really badly, when you're trying to achieve a goal, and this pertains to anything in life, we really sometimes get stuck on the how things are going to happen. And in a sense, I keep saying there's nothing wrong with that because in our human psychology is sort of geared to try to figure out steps. That's just a natural process within our evolution, right? We're planners by nature, okay? Sometimes, though, if something is new to you, or maybe the goal is larger than what you've experienced before, maybe you don't know the how. And that's natural too. And that's okay. So if you've ever felt that stress, or you're watching this right now, feeling the stress of something that you really want to obtain, right? It's not necessarily needy in and of itself, okay? And I don't want you to feel bad for this. But what I want you to do, and what we talked about in the last video, is really instead of getting stuck on the how, right? Because when we don't know something, we're kind of at a dearth of information, right? And that can lead us to think like we're trying to cross a cavern, okay? And, there's many ways to attack this, right? One is just say, well, you can prime your subconscious by saying, well, okay, subconscious, I don't know what's going to happen, but hey, what opportunities are here for me to do this? Show me some opportunities. And I bet you right there, your subconscious mind will, after being primed and cued, will present those opportunities for you, okay? The other way I talked about in the video is instead of asking how, ask yourself who, okay? Because you kind of embody the principle, right? The end state of who you want to be. And that propels you even faster, to be honest, right? Because you can have two people side by side, one who's ill-equipped to handle things and one who's super equipped to handle things. And I love sports metaphors, and think about one athlete that's maybe just starting out, and another athlete who's professional, right? And who do you think is going to get there faster to achieve a play that a coach tells them, okay, go and do this play that you've never done before, right? Well, obviously the professional athlete is more adept at doing that. And that's because they are who they are, okay? But you can do this too. You can embody that. You can say, well, who do I need to be in order to achieve my goals? You can ask yourself that. Ask your subconscious that question. It's a very powerful question that will be picked up by the most primal parts of your brain, and you will embody that energy, right? Everything's energy in, energy out, energy in, energy out, and you can propel yourself forward. Well, in this iteration of the video, well, the continuation of it, in a way, I want to talk about getting your nervous system to accept these things, okay? Getting comfortable with these far-reaching goals, with these long-bridging goals, with these goals that you may think are sort of out of your reach, okay? You have to get comfortable with wins, and you have to get comfortable with situations, even though you may not know what's going to happen, okay? And I'll give you two examples of things that literally just happened. Today's Tuesday. This just happened the past Sunday, okay? And again, reiterating the process for this energy in, energy out that I'm sharing. One, you were in a simulation. 2, and you are in control of that simulation. 3, so control it with confidence. And 4, because everything you need is in front of you right now, believe it or not, okay? It's about conscious awareness and perception, which I teach you in my full course, okay? We go deep dive into that, okay? All the psychology of how to get you sort of in tune with that, okay? And this last step is getting comfortable with things, okay? It's like a friend. Maybe you don't know so well, and you're sort of exchanging, right? It's an interplay of ideas and energy, just like being in any relationship, a love relationship or anything, right? And all of those relationships are money, just like being in a relationship with new food, right? Being in a relationship with success or money or on a new job, it all takes getting used to. And if you look back on anything in your life that you started out a little bit uncomfortable with, then you got comfortable with. Okay, now you look back and look, wow, it's easy, okay? Well, you can do this before you even get something. In fact, I would highly encourage it. So if you want more money, you want your business to succeed, get comfortable with the idea of it being successful, so you don't have any anxiety when you're sort of looking at it. Now, for me, I started a new business, okay, on top of this one and the one I already have. And what I did this past Sunday, which was a huge success of mine, I had been lagging in my numbers. And I've been working very hard, and I love what I do, so I hardly even consider it work. But I just thought, I want to see my numbers move. I want to see my metrics move, and it hadn't moved in a couple of days. And this is what I did, okay? And you can pattern this and use this for yourself. I just sat on my phone. I looked at what was presently there, right? It wasn't exactly what I wanted, but after that I closed my eyes. I took a deep breath, okay? And then in my mind's eye, with my eyes closed, I pictured a number increase that I wanted to see, okay? And when I looked at it, I didn't get like, wow, this is the number I wanted. I just literally sat there and I was comfortable with it, as if that's what I look at every day, every time I pick up my phone and check my numbers. Like that was normal. Like an increase was normal. Like I would pick it up in any other day and go, oh, okay, that's cool. Yep, I'm on my way. And I just thought that, and I accepted that, and I just got comfortable with that. And I'm not even making this up. I opened my eyes, looked at my phone, refreshed, and my numbers went up. And that hadn't happened in almost a week. And so I was so grateful, right? The numbers didn't tick like crazy out of control, but it moved. And I was so overwhelmingly blessed. I just thought, hey, this is amazing. And then, not even an hour later, I was thinking about dinner, and I was thinking about that I wanted to increase a relationship that I have with somebody. And I thought, I was like, yeah, wouldn't it be nice to go out to dinner and have them be at dinner too? Because that would be really cool. And then, instead of being anxious about it, I closed my eyes, did the exact same thing, took in a deep breath, and just pictured that happening, but it's normal. Yeah. And I was in my head, I was confident. I was like, yeah, okay, that's cool. That happens. Yeah. And I was like, yeah, they want it to happen. It's cool. I'm cool with it. They're asking me, kind of thing. And I just went on my way. I'm not even making this up. 20 minutes later, I get a text saying, hey, we, including that person that I wanted to include in my dinner plans, said, hey, we're all going to go out to dinner. And I just thought, did this just happen? So, I was just completely overwhelmed, and it was just so amazing for this to happen. So I want to encourage you to get the idea of being comfortable with living. It's almost like living in the end, as Neville Goddard say, but it's you have to just be comfortable with it and be happy with it. That's the resonance of energy and energy out. So I really think this is positive. And again, energy in, energy out. Okay, you're in a simulation, and you are in control of that simulation. So control it with confidence. Okay, and the confidence, then step 5 is being comfortable with it. Okay, because everything you need is in front of you. Everything I needed was already in front of me. The numbers were there. The metrics were there. I had already laid the groundwork in the work, in the relationship. It was already in front of me. And I was comfortable with it. And I was comfortable with it because I knew that I'm in control, and I control it with confidence. Okay? And that's what I did. So I wanted to share that with you. Really getting comfortable, kind of like getting to know a friend. Think about everything in the universe is energy, and it's the energy we bind with and bond with, okay? And communication to the universe is, again, we gotta like really understand this. Words are just one form of communication amongst the totality of communication that exists, because words exist, language exists on a very, very small spectrum of the frequencies, the total possible frequencies within the universe, okay? And so thoughts communicate, actions communicate, being comfortable or uncomfortable communicates, right? So you got to really be aware of the vibratory power of not just our minds, but our bodies, okay? So again, if you want more on that, I have a full class. Check out the free class. Head on over to meta5manifestation.com and you can take it, check it out. It's called How to Create the Life of Your Dreams with Fun and Fulfillment without time wasting or doubt. Okay? All right. Take care, you guys. Love you. Keep watching, keep growing, and all the best.